Joining us now to talk more about the 67 season and the upcoming series against the IceDog, a man who's seen as much of the 67s perhaps as the coaching staff this season, TSN 1200 play-by-play and color analyst Kenny Walls. Kenny, before we talk about the series against the IceDogs, let's kind of recap the 2015-2016 campaign for the 67s and just what it's resulted in for them, getting into the playoffs as the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Well, it's been a different type of season. The trade of Travis Konechny and Sam Studnicka kicking things off right at the trade deadline or just before the trade deadline. Really interesting because that really determined the future of the franchise. Picking up so many draft picks, Sasha Chmelevski and Chase Campbell, really impacted this team for the future. And while many thought it would affect the team for the present in a negative way, they really turned things into a positive, started working as a team and really developing that brotherly camaraderie out on the ice. And they're playing some of their best hockey of the season as of late. And it's been an eventful year with the transactions as well as some players stepping up. And it's been a fun year to watch, that's for sure.
It's a different season, but can the 67s as a team take away anything from the series against the IceDogs last year when they lost in 6 games?
I think so. There is a lot of returning players from this IceDogs team. Scoring 8 goals in the first 2 games for the 67s, obviously a positive. They know that they can get to the IceDogs. It's just a matter of continuing that on. And you have to learn lessons from previous experiences, because if you don't, you're not going to go anywhere. But Dante Salaturo had a heck of a playoffs last year. I believe double-digit points in the 6 games. If he can duplicate his performance, get some help from the second line of Todd, Barron, and Newland, that's really going to help out as well and balance that scoring. And the 67s can take that experience and run with it, and they're going to need a complete team effort, though.
67s faced the IceDogs 4 times this past season. What can you tell us about the IceDogs and the season that they had coming in as the number 4 seed, 2 points ahead of the 67s in the standings?
They may have the most talent in the entire OHL, 6 19-year-old defensemen, 5 of them NHL drafted, maybe the best goalie in the league in Alex Nedeljkovic, and they've got 3 lines of forwards that are very deep. They've got an NHL forward basically, or prospect on every line. It is going to be a very tough matchup for the 67s, but as I said, they've been a Jekyll and Hyde team because they did finish 4th overall, just 2 points ahead of the 67s. It is a very tough matchup to predict from the Niagara IceDogs because you don't know which team you're going to get.
Talking with head coach Jeff Brown going into the start of this series, he said maybe it's an advantage for this team to start on the road. What's the game plan for these first 2 games in Niagara, and what do they need to come away with coming back home for the 2 games here at TD Place on March 28th and the 30th?
Well, obviously, anytime you go out on the road, open up a series, you want to take that split. You want to take at least 1 game, get the opponent doubting themselves, and this is a Niagara IceDogs team that has a ton of talent, but if they get down there, they could be fragile. We've seen it throughout the season where they haven't played some of their best hockey coming off losses, and if they get down on themselves, things could snowball. So that's going to be crucial for the 67s to at least play well in Niagara. If you don't win a game, that's going to be tough coming back home down 2-0. So a split would be crucial in playing some good hockey like they have been over the last 8.
Kenny Walls and AJ Jackieback will have the call on TSN 1200 for games 1 and 2 in Niagara on Thursday and Saturday before the 67s return home for games 3 and 4 on the 28th. That's a Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and game 4 set for next Wednesday, 7 o'clock here at TD Place. For the Ottawa 67s, I'm Graeme Ivory.